Hello,
Hi.
patrons.
Patrons.
Patrons on the internet. To be honest, if you're not on the internet, it's unlikely that you're going to be a patron of ours.
Right.
But these particular ones that we're talking now definitely are.
Patrons of the
There
internet.
might be some patrons that aren't on the internet.
no,
No, they're patrons
no,
for
no,
us.
No, they're patrons
on the
of us.
internet.
Yeah.
They're patrons. Patronettes. Patronettes.
That's very cute.
Oh, it makes it sound like a movement.
Yeah.
Welcome, patronettes.
Welcome.
We are strong.
Yeah.
And welcome to the Great Taliesin and Evertel Q&A part, I think, 8. I'm going to say 8.
Ish. Sounds about right.
That's if you don't include the wedding Q&A as part of the Great Q&A, which we don't.
Yes, no, because that was a special Q&A.
If you are new to the patronage...
No, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
The
You are
patronage.
new to the patronage.
Okay, if you're new to the patronage, welcome. Hi, hope you're still here. This is our never-ending Q&A, which we started as one of the first things we ever did when we set up a Patreon.
Yep.
And it's still going.
Still going.
Partly because there's a lot of questions, partly because we take a very long time to answer each question, and partly because we don't put out these videos quite as often as we should. So it's a combination of the things. So, for example, the question that we're answering first today is a 9-month-old question. Tarantella could have had a baby.
Wow, she could have, yeah.
In the time that it's taken us to answer this question.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
if you did Tarantella, congratulations. Hope you. Oh, you probably didn't call it Taliesin or Evertel because you're so angry at us for not answering your question. So apologies for that. Hopefully you're still here. Babies are hard work. I wouldn't mind you if you're not still here. If you're busy changing, because you'd be a newborn as well.
Yeah.
So you'd be changing nappies and feeding it breast milk and stuff like that. So might not have time to watch our videos is what I'm saying. One thing I've noticed is toddlers love our videos.
They do. Well, they love you.
No, they love our
your
videos because
face.
they're quite colourful and I think because they like carrots. What toddler doesn't
Probably.
love carrots? The answer is none. No toddlers don't like
I think
carrots.
many of them
so they
don't
see
like
our carrots, as it were, and they're all like, "This is awesome! The world is brilliant. Everything was grey and womb-like before I got here, and now it's like,
Carrots.
all these colours. It's fantastic." So that's something to bear in mind, Tarantella, when your baby that you've just had is a little bit older. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to be answering some of these questions. If you want to add a question to our never-ending Q&A, because we don't want this Q&A to end.
Never, ever. Ever.
We enjoy these little videos, these little get-togethers, these little chin wags, these little catch-ups.
Chin.
You're gonna have to excuse me. Sorry, I was streaming today for the first time since
our first stream, not first. It was maybe third.
I'll tell you when our first stream was because I looked on Twitch on the record because it didn't take very long to get back to our first ever stream, and it was over 2 years ago.
No.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was over 2 years ago.
Twitch has been around for 2 years.
We've been around for 2 years. I was amazed myself.
Wow.
And our first one was 2 years ago, and our second one was 2 years ago, and our third one was 1 year ago, and that was it. But I streamed today. I might be doing some more streaming.
It was great.
Yeah.
I tuned in.
You did tune in, and then you came in the door and you said hello.
Yeah. I was on the bus home from work, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, and you gave me some pie.
I did.
Not a euphemism. You cooked some pie and you
And
gave
I
it to me.
put cream on it.
I'd show it to you now. That's
I
also
think
not a
someone
euphemism.
clipped it. I think someone clipped it.
Yeah. But I ate the pie, so I can't show you now. Anyway, if you want to add a question, that's why I'm a bit talkative, but also a bit hoarse-sounding, is because I streamed for 2 whole hours, and now I'm done.
Yeah,
Now
seriously.
I need to sleep forever and not stream again for another year.
You know what might help?
What?
Pad Thai.
Oh yeah, welcome. We've done the welcome, haven't we? But we're eating food.
Welcome,
Sorry.
Pad Thai.
Now this might seem a bit stupid to you. Oh, wouldn't it be brilliant if one of the questions was from someone called Pad Thai?
Oh.
And they're like, "How did they know I was watching?"
How did you know?
And also, I wish my name wasn't Pad Thai. Those of you that have been with the channel forever, and I mean forever, like video 3 or 4, will probably remember, because how does one forget, our fabled Warcraft movie review, which is literally one of the first videos on this very channel. Scroll back, you can find it.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's longer than the actual Warcraft movie.
Yeah.
It's what we recorded when we got back from watching the Warcraft movie. And we ate Chinese in that, and everyone was
were
horrified.
hungry.
Some people were like, "Oh, it was cool," but most people were like, "That's disgusting."
It's really disgusting.
So get ready to be disgusted. What have you got?
I have chicken Pad Thai.
I've got tofu.
Very nice. Pad Thai.
Yum,
Not
yum,
just tofu. You wouldn't just eat tofu on your own.
No. That'd be horrible. But this is actually quite nice. Quite enjoying it. Tofu's grown on me since I've been eating more of it because I'm trying desperately to kind of be something like a vegetarian. There is a link in the description. Click it. Leave a question. In 9 months' time, we'll get to it. Let's start with friend of the channel, and of us, and new mother, Tarantella. In view of Taliesin's dream... quiet the baby. In view of Taliesin's dream job of quest writer provost, what do each of you think makes a great quest? If you have WoW examples, that would be brill. And what is your least fave kind of quest? Again, with WoW examples.
Oh, okay. Well, least favorite is easiest for me. That's basically anything where you have to go kill, X number of Ys. Like, go kill 10 boars.
Really? What if they're like baddies and stuff though? Is that like any kind of just kill X amount of quests? Or?
If it's tied into a story and it's like kill 10 dudes who are raiding this town, and I'm like, okay, fine. But if it's literally just like kill 10 boars for their pelts, that like when you're resource collecting by killing animals.
Yeah, is it specifically the killing of animals that you object to as you sit there eating your chicken pad
I mean,
thai?
if it's boars, whatever. But I
if it was for pad thai, I wouldn't mind.
I really struggled with one quest in BFA, and it was where you have to kill sleeping raccoons. What? Like,
easier than killing awake
with that quest?
They would never even know. They're dying peacefully in their sleep.
They're napping raccoons, and you have to kill them.
Why'd you have to kill them again?
Probably for their beautiful pelts. Like I don't remember. I was genuinely like, this is wrong. Like, I can kill rampaging stags. I can kill crocodiles that are terrorizing the riverside. I can kill mangy birds, but I cannot kill beautiful sleeping raccoons.
Okay. I'm going to disagree with you on 2 points.
Okay.
Number one, I prefer the ones where you have to kill like bears or raccoons for pelts than when you have to kill dudes because they're attacking.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why?
Doesn't matter, I'll tell you.
Why?
It's because the ones where you have to collect pelts make more sense. Mm-hmm. Like, if a dude is making a coat and he knows he needs 10 pelts,
sure,
I can get 10 pelts, and it makes perfect sense that I'm leaving the rest of the bears alive.
Right.
And I bring him back for 10 pelts.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like all these dudes are attacking, please kill 10 of them, it's ridiculous, because I go and I kill 10 of them, but there's still loads attacking. And I go back and I'm like, I killed 10 of them, is that okay? It's like, well, they're still all attacking. I don't know if you've noticed.
Surely you kill a couple more, like, on your way back.
Yeah, I do, but I don't... What I mean is, I don't stop the attack. Like, I don't actually finish that quest properly.
Okay.
I don't repel the attack unless it's a really beautifully phased one, which actually in BFA is a lot more of.
Yeah.
Like, something I really like about those kind of quests in BFA, if you're, like, burning buildings and stuff... Like, those buildings burn. Yeah. And they phase in like that. Yeah. And if you go back there later, they're still burning. Yeah. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. Good. But generally, like, they're all attacking the wall, and they're, like, phasing, and you stand there where they kind of spawn, and you kill them, and then you go back, but they're still all attacking. And the guy's like, nah, we're done. And I'm like, do you want me to stick around and kill some? Because they're still attacking. I mean, you needed me before. Why don't you need me? And it's like, it's fine now. I think,
okay, I get that.
I think killing those 10 will have really... Well, it hasn't put them... They're still there. They're still attacking.
Yeah.
So at least I can appreciate that if I've been asked to get 10 pelts, I can get 10 pelts and I've done the job and it's done.
Sure,
and
but
that's
you
more satisfying.
Have to kill sleeping baby raccoons.
They pretend.
Yeah, but...
They're fine.
Yeah.
And also, the second point I'll disagree with you on is that those are my least favourite types of quest.
Really?
Because when it comes to, like...
What is your least favourite type of quest?
When I'm levelling alts... Those are my favourite type of quests.
Really?
Yeah, because when you're leveling alt, you just want to, like, mindlessly trawl through them. And, like, the last thing you want is, use this, like, device that you have to click from your bags on the thing. And especially if you didn't realise that you have to use a device that you can't even see. And, like, you're wandering around for a while and you're like, I don't know. I've killed loads of these things. I'm supposed to use the device on them and then kill them and stuff like that.
I'm kind of with you on that one.
Yeah.
It's like, subdue this thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might try to kill you. Sometimes it won't.
Yeah. And, like, first time you do those, they're always really fun, especially if the thing that you're doing does something funny. So, like, in the new 8.1 quests, spoiler but not really, on the Alliance side, on the war campaign, there's a bit where you have to test, like, a gnomish grow gun, okay? And you zap things and they grow to obscene sizes, which is really funny because the things you're zapping are goblins. So, like, you kill them and then you test the ray gun on them and they get big. And it's just funny. And some of them are in, like, mechas, so when you kill that and you make the mecha grow, it's, like, outrageous. It's, like, ludicrous. It's really funny. And that's kind of cool. And I like to think, very subtly, that would be the kind of quest I would do. Something where you just go, But my least favourite to answer the actual question, sorry.
Yes.
My least favourite quests are I actually had an answer and I've literally forgotten.
In the meantime, can I tell you my favorite types of quests?
Yes.
My favorite quests involve parent-child dynamics between Tortolans.
Oh, specifically Tortolans?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or pandas. Or Tuskar. Basically any large, rotund race where you have a parent and a child relationship. That's it for me.
Is that why you love me? Because I'm so rotund?
Yep.
I'm getting there.
Yep.
I'm trying my best. Not long now, seriously. Oh, that's really good, and I agree.
Yeah.
I think my favourite quest in BFA, and BFA doesn't have the greatest quests ever.
No.
But my favourite one is probably the one where you help the Tortolan man learn how to ride a horse.
Yeah.
Because he just really wants to ride a horse.
Oh God,
And
it's
like,
so beautiful.
His kid is being all like, "You can do it, Papa," and like you get him, and he's really scared, and like. The reason I like that quest so much is not just because the premise is really good, not just because the writing of it is really good, but the different stages that you go through as well.
Yeah.
So first of all, you go and do the obvious thing of like you go and have to collect shells so he can make armor for himself, so he doesn't hurt himself if he falls off because he's so scared.
So
He's a
cute.
tortoise.
I-
But you get these scales and things that you can wear as a helmet and stuff. But then, and that's where I would have finished the quest because I'm terrible.
I love that one.
But whoever wrote that quest made it genius and included a bit where you had to choose a horse as well. And like you have to go through and like suggest, and he gives his opinion on each horse. And he's so scared. He's like trying to find reasons not to go on each horse. And it's awesome. And then you have the great payoff at the end. And I was convinced he was going to die. I was convinced he was going to get thrown off the horse. And
I was
break.
so worried something was going to happen
Yeah.
because it was all too pure and beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I am so nervous right now.
Yes, because it wouldn't have been the first time something like that had happened.
Yeah.
But I think his son is leading the horse or something, and they go into a little bit, and he's still there now, riding away,
I know.
having a gale time.
And then, of course, Norrington Estate is just really beautiful.
my
and
favorite
amazing.
place, my favorite questing in the whole game.
It's just so
Not-
great. It's
Not so
just-
great second time round, but
No.
like first time through, you're just like, this is the best.
It's just a rich dude with some horses who throws a little party for all the people, and
It's
then you
so
can
good.
ride the
Oh,
horses.
there's a little attack.
It's
You have to repel an
yeah,
attack.
there's an attack, but it's just
Horde
so
War
good.
campaign attacks there. In 8.1,
yeah,
which is really sad.
that sucks.
Really sad.
That-
But I've remembered now, my least favourite type of quest, and you can hate me all you like for this, but I'm going to say it, are ones with like really boring, like kitschy references. Like popular culture references, particularly any ones that like overly reference Star Wars or Indiana Jones.
No, every Indiana
I told
Jones
you you're gonna
quest
hate me for this.
is good. They're all good. See, okay,
No.
we'll just have to disagree,
Like,
have to disagree on that.
I just don't like them.
Fine,
I find them
Fine.
too easy. I like ones when they're subtle references,
sure.
but when they're just like straight whole quest lines. Ugh.
Fair.
But if I could write quests, I would really push to have ones where you make a decision at the end, and that affects like your phase.
I'm really
So like
into that.
you can decide whether to kill someone or something at the end. I know that's not really a thing that happens in WoW, but I've got a feeling it'll be something that happens more and more. Because do you remember when we met? We at BlizzCon we met some people who write quests.
We did.
Just at a party, and I think she came up to us and she was like, "Why do you like Rosalind so much?" Because I designed Rosalind.
Yeah,
Like
that
I
was
made
cute.
those
That
quests,
was
and we
cute.
were like, "Oh!" And she didn't just do the Rosalind quest, which is my favourite quest in Tiragard Sound. I know I just said Normanton Quest Estate was, but
Right.
like I feel like as a group of characters, those kind of hunters, those monster hunters down on the that bit in
They're
Tiragard
pretty
Sound,
cool.
that's like I had such a good time leveling
They're
that.
really good.
Going through that,
Yeah.
so good. It's one of
Yeah.
the reasons I always go back to God Sound. We'll see them again in 8.1. But she also designed, this quest designer, like the scary little girl in Justvar,
Yeah,
and that's a great quest too
it's very good.
because it's just so scary and brilliant, and like has awesome voice acting as well, which is very lucky.
Yeah.
But if I could design any old quests, I would make them where like something happens and you make a change to something,
Nice.
and I'm sure that's what all of the quest designers would like to do as well. But it wouldn't be unique to me, but that's what I'd like.
Nice. Good work. 15
yeah.
minutes in, we've done one question.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually for us, to be honest. Right, would you like to read this one?
Hello, Talius and Inevitel, says Mortis.
Hello, Mortis.
so many questions, but I'll save some for further down this never-ending thread.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks. I know Evertel plays violin, but what other instruments do both of you play? I play a tiny bit of piano. And
sorry,
I can.
this is a really messy eat then.
And
I'm not gonna eat anymore.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. No more eating, I promise.
And I can play the recorder, and I can play the dulcimer.
Do that again.
So you need 2 hands.
Oh yeah, I know, baby.
To play the recorder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Those don't actually count. So I
Do you
play the
actually play
violin.
recorder though? I mean,
I did in 5th grade.
well, I did when I was 21 years old,
Okay, well that's
and I had to learn it in drama school
me beat.
for like a play.
Yeah,
No,
violin and piano for me.
You play violin to like an incredibly high standard as well, in fairness.
I'm decent.
I don't know what like officially that standard is because I don't know about music stuff.
No.
I don't read music for anything apart from double bass. I can read music for double bass.
Nice.
So and I can play bass guitar. That was the first instrument I ever learned because I got long arms, and that meant when I had to pick up double bass for play, I could play it instantly. I could like just play it. It was really, really good because I had the exact same fretting and stuff like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, and I used to play Melodian as well, which is a squeeze box, which you might have seen on some videos actually. But I picked that up the other day. I can't really play it anymore because I haven't played it for about 2 years. This is a real shame.
You play some just like strummy guitar.
Yeah, I play the same amount of guitar as any boy does.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
But I used to like be in bands and stuff when I was a bassist, like ska bands. We've talked about the ska bands before.
We've
We
talked
won't do it
about ska
again now.
bands.
And languages. I'm suspecting there are a few represented languages between you both. German. Do you speak German? No, you don't, even though you lived in Germany.
No, I can just say like, ja, das ist cool.
My German is probably better than yours.
Yeah, probably. I can like understand basic bits, just because I lived there, but I can't speak it.
Your vocab is probably better than mine these days. I did it for A level in school, which is like the last 2 years of high school.
I mean, I probably just know vocab for like beer and kebabs. And like being 22 in Berlin.
Okay, so when Evertel, moved to Britain and met me, and we got together and stuff.
Oh, no.
She came down to Peckham, East Dulwich actually, high end. And we were about to go somewhere, and she was pretty hungry, and we walked past a kebab shop,
Very hungry.
which my British cousins, my British friends, you will know exactly what I mean when I say kebab shop. What is it called? East Dulwich Kebab and Wine.
It's just called kebab and wine.
And Evertel had, impressed me in our early relationship by being so high class and so, like high standard. Obviously, she's going out with me. And she was like, ooh, should we just grab a kebab? And I was like, well, yeah, but I mean, are you sure you want a kebab? And you're like, no, I have them in Germany all the time. I love kebabs. I was like, well, if you're sure. She's like, yeah, I love kebabs. They're like my favourite thing. Me and kebabs, we're like the bestest friends, living together in perfect harmony. And we went into this piece of shit shop and we bought a kebab, and the look on your face. It was a bit like that. It was a lot like that, actually.
Yeah. Look, okay, if you don't know, kebabs and doner in Germany, Berlin, in my case, are amazing. Like, they're really, really well done and good, and you get a lot of like great fresh ingredients in them, and they're the ultimate like drunk hangover food. Oh, like they're good. And so my expectation was
meat.
like, yeah, they're actual like chunks of meat. You get like the scrapey meat too, but it's really nice in some places. And there's this guy that does called like Mustafa Gemüse Kebab, and it's incredible, and people line up like out the door to get it.
Oh,
I know. It is so delicious, and I really missed that when I came here, and I was in for a surprise.
Yeah, we found some good places since then, though, haven't we?
No.
Oh no, not for kebabs actually.
No.
But for just at least some meze and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. But for like a kebab, for Berlin style kebab, oh, what I would give.
I know. But I mean, I feel like, I don't know why we're talking food now, but I feel like South London is pretty good for sort of world cuisine.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, we're super lucky. Look at this amazing pad thai.
I can't even. But so yeah, our German is terrible probably between us.
Polish? I speak Polish.
Fluent Polish.
Yes.
You impressed a Polish YouTuber, didn't you, at BlizzCon? He was
he
so
was like,
excited.
When I told him, he was like, "Co ty gadasz?" which is like, Polish slang for like, what are you gabbing? Like, what are you saying?
Get gabbing or get going.
Yeah. And I was just like, and then he like had me record a video, and then I kind of didn't know what to say on it. I was just like, hey, and then yeah, that's our story. But I do speak Polish.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's technically your first language.
It is my first language.
Even though you were born and bred in the US or
Yeah, so I grew up because my parents spoke Polish and they were learning English, so we learned English together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Welsh. My Welsh is terrible. I learnt it in school because I went to school in Wales, but I didn't take it for GCSE, which is, what's the equivalent of GCSE in America?
It's like when you're maybe in 10th grade.
15, 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you take some exams, and then in Britain you can leave after that.
Yeah.
You can be done with
America,
schooling for the rest of your life.
I know.
But I stayed on for A level. But
that's about 10th grade.
So I didn't do it for GCSE, so I took it up to age 14.
That's something.
Yeah, and like from like my first day in Welsh school, I went to school in England for a year before we moved to Wales. But yeah, so my Welsh should really be a lot better. Now you have to take it GCSE in Wales. You can't drop it.
Nice.
Which I think is great.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm all about the Welsh language. I think it's beautiful. But yeah, my Welsh is not great. I can say a few poems and stuff. It used to be that I could understand it, but just not speak it fluently. But I could understand literally anything anyone said, like quite complicated stuff as well.
Yeah.
But now,
well, you lose it if you don't practice.
Yeah. That's about it.
No, I speak French.
Yeah, you do, and you speak Spanish.
Your
Spanish is really good.
My Spanish is a lot better than my
It's
French.
really great.
I can like read and understand French much better than I can speak it, but I can like read and speak and write Spanish.
My biggest regret is I don't speak Italian,
Because
because at least I've got a grounding in Welsh. I could pick it up again.
Yeah.
But my mum is half Italian, speaks Italian, and I just don't, and it's really annoying. I really wish I did.
I should add that I took 1 semester of ancient Greek. So I can read very basic Greek and ancient Greek, and 5 weeks of Japanese when I was in high school.
Boko no nama e wa niktesu.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah. Oh, and obviously I speak Danish. Danish.
Yeah.
Jag älskar ost.
Yeah.
Was it ost in Danish? I think ost might be Swedish. But I can say I love cheese in Swedish and Danish. But I can never tell which one it is I'm saying. Which language it is I'm speaking. But I can say one of them.
Amazing.
Yes, right. Excellent. Those are the languages you claim. Thank you for your question, Mortis. Look forward to your other ones later on. Right. Do you know how to say that?
No, see, I can't read that.
No. Glad we established that before we got to this question.
I know.
All right. So, what would a Tuskar mount be?
Oh.
Hey, he's saying he's just kidding, but that's a good
really
question.
Good question.
For one, I don't really want a Tuskar mount because that might rule out of like actual playable race. Oh, what would the mount for a playable Tuskar be?
Yes.
I
thought a mount that is that's messed up.
Well, maybe.
That's
might be as close as we get. What would the Tuskar... we're going to take this question, so you can't
write
shit here and not expect us to answer it.
I know.
You've seen how long we take to answer these questions. We'll talk about any old shit. We don't care. What would the Tuskar allied race mount be?
I'd say a mammoth, but we already have big elephants and mammoths and stuff.
Oh no, I'd totally go for mammoth, partly because a mammoth would be the only thing that could carry a Tuskar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They need to be big.
Yeah, but it'd be like a woolly... Do we have a woolly mammoth?
Not a woolly...
But like a high-res woolly mammoth.
I mean,
don't
we
think
have
we
like
do.
the
Like
mammoth,
proper...
like the...
the mammoth...
Yeah.
Oh, that's a yak car wash, isn't it? But
yeah.
like, no, a proper woolly mammoth.
Like
big, hairy, like... high-res, detailed hair animations
long,
when you jump.
Floppy hair.
Oh, it'd be amazing.
That
Maybe
would
with a couple of
be-
spears sticking out of it, because that's how the Tuskar tamed it.
Oh, yeah,
Awesome.
Maybe.
And it has to be big enough to carry. It'd be huge. It'd be massive.
Yeah. And they have to be riding bareback and just holding onto its hair. Like, just... like, holding onto the yak's hair as reins.
Can't wait for that. It's going to be brilliant. Okay, right. Seriously though. Let's say that someone was hypothetically too busy with their lives when you did the art contest thing, but they still have an idea that they really like. Hopefully 8 months later still has this idea.
Yeah.
I want to send it to you for no reason other than appreciation. What would be the best way to go about it? As a bonus to this question, have a mental image of Tuskar riding on a magically propelled snow sledge. Okay, right. Do you know what? I've always said that the mount that should be in game that isn't in game is some kind of chariot. Like I always said that the warlock mount should be a chariot in Legion.
Yes.
And it should be like pulled by demons.
Yes.
And I think a sledge pulled like by huskies and shit
By
would
little
be so
tiny huskies.
awesome.
That would be so cute.
Why is there not like a chariot sledge type mount?
I imagine because they're very complex.
I bet they're not.
And they're like multiple little bodies.
I bet they're easy as shit. I bet Blizzard could press a button and make it happen. And the reason they don't ever tell is because they hate gamers.
Oh my god. Like you could have, it's like what do you call it when you race huskies?
Husky
Wolves.
racing.
No. The Iditarod. The Iditarod. It's
I
like
did a rod.
That's what it's called, the Iditarod.
I am doing a rod. I did a rod.
No, you know what I'm
Is it the
talking
tense
about.
game?
It's a world famous race.
Okay.
When you're sledging with dogs.
I haven't heard of it, I'm afraid.
Okay.
I'm just colour me ignorant, sorry.
Yeah.
But that would be amazing.
That would be so good.
There's no guarantee that any of these people who left these questions are still patrons, of course.
That's true.
Or still playing the game, or even
God,
so,
yeah.
or even still watching our videos. Who knows? But if indeed, person with a wonderful name that I can't read, who I believe follows us on Twitter and has a name that I do read, but I just can't remember it off the top of my head. If you want to get in touch with us, the best way is to DM us on here, probably, because then obviously we know you're a patron. And just ask us. We don't have a PO box,
No.
but if we trust you and we like you, which let's face it, with patrons we do.
It could be a digital image.
Oh yeah, that too. But if yes, that's very true. That's very true. But either way, we'll make it work somehow.
Yes.
And that would be the best way. DM us here. Maybe you already did. 8 months ago. I can't remember. It was a long time. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. I can't remember 8 months ago. Yes. I definitely want a Tuskar riding magically repelled snow sledge.
Yeah.
Yes. It'd have to be magic.
Yeah.
That's so good. Awesome. Oh, thank you for that image. But I also just really want like some kind of.
I know. Some
We've
chariot.
talked about this before.
Oh, what about like an actual like proper chariot pulled by horses?
Yeah, I'd love it.
Or unicorns.
Something to use
Pegasuses.
all of those human
Pegasi.
horse models for.
Yeah.
It'd be so good. Oh, yeah, we can make this happen.
I do like the horse models actually.
I like them too,
think
but they
they're
are a bit
nice.
boring. I can't really,
Yeah.
tell the difference when I see someone riding them out.
I know. Except when you have the white one.
Yeah, maybe.
The white one's nice.
Clayton Clark,
Hey.
one of our bezies on the channel. Hello, old friends. Hypothetical question. If you were in charge of the next Warcraft movie, you have an unlimited budget and
Wow.
entire creative control,
Wow.
what would your movie be about? Who would compose the soundtrack? Who would play what role? How would you
Jesus.
bring audiences in, people unfamiliar with WoW, to watch your film?
Wow. Okay. What would your movie be about?
It's got to be Arthas, hasn't it? I mean, that's
Yeah.
technically not a World of Warcraft movie.
I mean,
That's a Warcraft movie.
I think that's fine. It's the next Warcraft
Yeah,
movie.
I guess so. Or maybe I wouldn't tell anything from WoW history. Maybe I'd just tell a whole new
Just a new
story. Like
universe.
move the story.
Universe.
Yeah, maybe I would make the movie to be like instead of one of those in between expansion novels.
Yeah.
So like it literally links the action between two expansions.
Or you just make a Netflix show.
Well, what I'd do also, I wouldn't make it live action. I'd get Terran Gregory and his team to just make it.
Yeah.
And it would be one of those high-res cinematics.
That would be pretty
And it would
fun.
be awesome.
That'd
because
be fun.
it would take like 5 years. But
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't care. I've got unlimited
Do it.
budget. Clayton says so.
Exactly. Do it.
Get on it. Make it happen. And I think that's what I'd do. I'd make it... I wouldn't go back into WoW history. And I think that would be an easier sell to new audiences as well. Because it would be like very relevant.
And the thing is, the Lich King is very much like the big bad in Lord of the Rings, isn't he? He's literally called the Witch King, right?
The Lich King.
No, but I mean in Lord of the
please don't
Rings.
say people... We'll get comments.
In the Lord of the Rings, they call the leader of the Nazgul.
Sauron.
No. Well, yeah.
He looks a bit
you
like
have
Sauron as well,
No,
though,
you
doesn't he?
have Sauron, and then you have his like embodied
Oh,
form.
right.
Basically, when Eowyn is fighting
Yeah.
the Nazgul,
Okay.
he looks pretty much exactly like the Lich King. I'm just saying there are a lot of parallels between Warcraft and Lord of the Rings.
it's
which
classic
meant to be-
fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. It is classic fantasy.
I'm sure most people would say Lich King and Arthas. They tell the story of Arthas.
I think it would be cool.
And that'd be cool. And you can make it a two-parter. You can make the first part Warcraft 3, you can make the second part Wrath of the Lich King. It'd be really fun. But I wouldn't do that. I would have a new story to link expansions. So then when people like saw it in the cinema and were like, "Oh my god, I want to play some WoW," it wouldn't be like when the first Warcraft movie came out and they picked up WoW or whatever, and like, there was nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like, it was completely different. It's literally set like 30 years apart from when the game was happening. I feel like that would help because it would all just be a bit more relevant.
I'm with you.
And also, I just like the story better now.
Yeah.
I know, like,
I guess so. Yeah.
with the exception of Arthas, which is really good, I think the story of WoW in the past has been very clunky. It can still be clunky. It's kind of impossible not to be with an MMO. But I feel like it's just a better story right now.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's not. It's probably entirely because I love Jaina so much.
Who would compose the soundtrack?
Me.
Okay.
No, I'd get people from the game to compose the sound. This is the thing. I'd make it as straight up exactly like the game as possible.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to, because like, look at the Marvel movies. No one got superhero movies right because they always tried to change stuff. They were always like, oh, we're gonna have to make them wear all black and leather and stuff, and like, or just make it more. But like, how do we make people believe these superheroes? Was always the thing that happened in the 90s.
Sure.
It? And then Marvel movies came along. They were like, no, these are successful. Like, everyone loves superheroes because of what they are. Why would we change them?
Yeah.
And then just did it straight up, and that's what I do with Warcraft.
I would get Jeremy Soule to do the music.
Yeah.
My Warcraft movie would be like...
That's weird cross-pollination. I like it.
No, I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's just a high fantasy
Yeah.
film. Who would play... Oh, God, these are lots of questions.
Well, mine are computer generated, so they would just be the voice actors.
Right.
This is a really boring answer, isn't it? But I would.
God, yeah.
My
no, you're
Warcraft,
following through.
My Warcraft movie would essentially just be a really long cinematic.
Taryn.
A feature length cinematic.
We have a job for
Taryn
you.
Gregory would be so up for that. Can you imagine my analysis video?
It
It'd
would
be
like
5
3
days long.
Yeah. It'd be days long.
Think how many Chinese I'd eat. Think how much Chinese I'd eat. Oh wow, this is so great! I can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait for my Warcraft movie. It's gonna be brilliant.
Yeah.
Sorry, who would you get in it?
Oh God, I don't know. No, it's difficult. I mean, thinking about how you bring audiences in.
Sorry, you never actually said what your story would be.
Excuse me? Oh, I said Arthas.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so taking that as a starting point, who would play Arthas?
I don't know.
Really? You don't know who would play Arthas?
No, I haven't thought about this enough. I don't actually...
It's got to be the one and only Idris Elba, surely.
I would
Idris
love
Elba would
that.
play
That
every
would
part
be-
in this movie.
Yeah.
There's no part that Idris Elba can't play.
I
And
haven't had time to think about casting yet.
the parts that aren't played by Idris Elba are played by Emily Blunt. It's that
Cool.
simple.
Okay, that's really good. Oh, Emily Blunt would definitely be in my movie no matter what.
Yeah, I think Chris Hemsworth would make a very good Arthur. Oh, you don't like Chris
Oh,
Hemsworth?
the Hemsworths.
Are you? No, not the Hemsworth. No. A singular Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth.
Is this Thor Hemsworth?
Yes,
Okay.
the Hemsworth.
Yeah.
When you've got 3 brothers, but you are still the Hemsworth.
He'd be fine.
He'd be great. He's famous for having long blonde hair. Isn't that all you need? That's why Patrick Stewart got the part of Professor X. It's literally because he's the most famous bald man. That's literally it. They were like, who's the most famous bald man? Patrick Stewart. Get him. He'll do. He'll be great. And he was great because he's Patrick Stewart. But the reason he got that part is because he's literally the most famous bald man.
Yeah.
So who's the most famous long blonde haired man? Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I could do it.
Okay, so not Chris
I could do
Hemsworth,
it.
not Idris Elba, just for the sake of argument, although obviously it would be. Who'd play Arthas? This one casting decision we're asking you to make.
This is a difficult decision because Arthas is quite it's pretty buff.
Mm-hmm. He's meant to be like 21 or something as well, isn't he? So that's kind of important.
He's a buff, kind of strapping, evil, blonde man.
I don't really know any 21-year-olds anymore.
I am. Oh my God. I would. I know everyone in this movie would be like 40 and up. I don't cater to that audience anymore.
What about Daniel Craig?
Oh my God! Stop.
Okay, I'm sure lots of
Benedict
people love.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch is my Arthas.
Oh, please, can he do an American accent? It would be amazing. Benedict Cumber shit at American accents.
I think he'd be fun as maybe a young Khadgar.
Oh, come on!
He's a wizard.
Well, Khadgar now is young Khadgar. He just looks old.
Yeah, I know.
Don't forget that. That's
I
the
know.
genius of young Khadgar. Is because he's like the opposite of Matt Smith in Doctor Who. You know how Matt Smith is really young but plays
Yeah.
it really old.
Yeah.
Khadgar is really old, but don't forget, is actually really young.
Yeah.
And that's why he makes such great dad jokes and stuff. Is because he's like just kind of old before his time sort of thing.
Yeah, and Khadgar's not British, is he?
He's basically like that Robin Williams movie Jack.
Oh yeah.
He's like that, but a wizard.
Yeah.
Shit wizard. I'm not allowing this movie to happen if Benedict Cumberbatch is playing. Nothing against Benedict Cumberbatch, apart from all the stuff I have against him. Hey, one of our first dates, I took you to a party and Benedict Cumberbatch was there.
Yeah, I was there.
And
I touched
the reason
him.
I took you there
It
was
was
so
great.
that I could impress you
It was
with
amazing.
like showbiz
I
stuff.
ate a canapé and I touched him. He didn't know.
In that order.
And I was like,
And then someone gave us some wine. They'd clearly been spiked with like whiskey.
it was
And we made fools of ourselves.
it was that Scottish man.
What Scottish man?
He's like he's a beardy Scotsman, and he's quite gruff.
I was in a play once, which was directed by quite a
Oh.
famous person. And when this famous person left the theatre, they had a big party, and everyone that had ever worked with him came to Middle Temple Hall.
Yeah.
Look that up; it's amazing.
That was amazing.
And like, so obviously
That
I'd
was
been in this
really
place. I was
good.
invited. No one knew who I was, but there were lots of famous people there
Yeah.
as well. And I just started going out with Everton. I was like, "This will look good." And like, poor you thought that was like my life, and
Oh
it totally
my god.
wasn't.
What's his name? He's a big, beardy Scottish guy who looks a bit like Brian Blessed, but definitely is not.
What's he been in?
I don't know again. I can't think off the top of my head.
Right. Okay. Well,
I will find this for you.
is he available
patrons.
for Arthas? Can he play Arthas?
He wouldn't be a
What's
good
he-
Arthas.
Okay.
What role?
Well, he could be Uther though, couldn't he? Could he be Uther? Big Scottish man with a beard?
He's a maybe.
We could shrink him down.
He could be a good Uther. What role can I have Ben Whishaw play in this movie?
He could be a young Khadgar. But he's gone. Like Khadgar is old by the time.
Khadgar is old.
By the time of Wrath of the Lich King.
So as long as I can get a role for Ben Whishaw.
Stanfang Jr. This is later on. If we're doing the two-parter movie,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
You know what I would also love? This is
Ben
a
Whishaw
separate
could play
movie.
Jaina. Let's be honest.
I know. Just give him any role.
Be awesome.
It would be really good.
I love
He'd
Ben
be
Whishaw
really
playing
good.
Jaina.
He'd be really good, actually.
He's so good.
I can just see him. Oh, and his like romance.
I can't watch you do this, Arthas.
Yeah.
He'd be brilliant.
He would
No, he wouldn't. I did it like fake boy doing a woman, but he'd give it much more than that. He'd be like,
he'd do his
be like
gentle.
He'd
thing.
probably be like, I can't watch you do this, Arthas.
I love
I
it.
think that's quite a good Ben Whishaw
I
impression.
think
actually.
it's pretty good.
Especially if you get me from the side, where I could actually like in
a
certain
little
lights,
bit, a little bit.
certain like
Little
pass
bit,
for Ben
little
Whishaw
bit.
maybe.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, well, I wish you were Ben Whishaw.
Me too. As a second film, I would like a story about the Nightborn.
Ooh, left field.
Yeah,
Wow.
like just about them.
Awesome. I think what we're both in agreement really is that we want a Netflix series.
Yeah,
Rather
it
than a
needs to be
movie.
more than a movie because the universe is so big and rich.
Yeah.
You can't.
And Netflix guarantee bringing more people in the movie
yeah,
into like the world and into the
Oh,
game.
absolutely.
Like I think that's what we're.
because
that's
I'm
what
not
we all
sure
want.
how I feel about Netflix's like kind of fantasy offerings at the moment. So
But again, I think I'd rather it all CGI because it's less distracting. When you've got
Yeah.
fantasy and you've got orcs and Tauren and Forsaken
Yeah.
and all these things that would need to be CGI'd. And then you got the humans, and like in the Warcraft movie, they looked a bit silly, didn't they? The humans, the orcs looked
Yeah,
amazing.
They did. The orcs looked really good. The humans just looked a little bit cartoonish.
So I say just make it all CGI.
Okay, it's
I
gonna
think-
be a lot of money, but I guess unlimited resources.
You have an unlimited budget,
Okay,
thanks to Clayton Clark.
cool. I definitely want a Nightborn movie too.
Wow,
then.
actually, I'm kind of into that idea. I think
Yeah.
that's good. We could talk about this one all day, but we're not going to. We're
No.
going to move on. Oh my god, I'm
Hello.
so terrible. Here we are. Alyssa Freeling, would you like to read this one?
Hello, wonderful people. My
Oh, hi.
question. I just started Q&A 3.
Oh, hi,
Welcome.
8 months ago.
Your who is... My question is, who are your favourite companions and doctors in Doctor
There's
Who?
a whole new Doctor Who since this question was asked.
Yeah, but my
like-
answer hasn't changed.
Okay.
Easily best Doctor is David Tennant. Like, by a huge margin for
I
me.
agree with you. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I
he's-
don't think that's a controversial choice.
And I have to say I really liked him with what's her face?
Donna. You liked Donna, didn't you? Oh, no, you know?
I liked Donna.
Rose?
Yeah, Rose.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't like their dynamics so much.
I didn't like it either, but then I was like, she is the character. It's Rose?
Billy Piper's character?
Yeah, Billy Piper, basically. the dynamic is you, the viewer, put yourself in the position of the companion, and then you have a romantic relationship with the Doctor.
But isn't the whole romantic relationship thing a bit icky?
No, I love it. Only with the David Tennant version.
Yeah. Okay.
But that one won me over because I did think it was icky at first, and then I was like, feeling this.
I gotta say, I don't like now. Jodie Whittaker is Doctor Who. I don't get the whole. I would like to be in a relationship, romantic.
Well, me
relationship
neither.
with Doctor Who.
I don't want to be in a I don't want to be in a relationship with Jodie Whittaker as much as I like her.
No, but like what I'm saying is, obviously you fancy David Tennant.
Yeah.
Gosh, don't we all? But like, I would expect if I was going to have a Doctor Who that I felt like that about, it would be Jodie Whittaker for very obvious reasons. But I don't get that at all.
What if the next Doctor was Emily Blunt?
I mean, but it depends how they play it, and
Doesn't matter. I still want to. Right?
I don't know. If it was Idris Elba, maybe.
The next Doctor.
Can you imagine?
Oh my god!
Look, if he's not going to do if he's not going to do James Bond, he has to do Doctor Who. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
I can't wait for him to be James Bond.
Yeah.
He needs to be James Bond so bad. The Sun newspaper gave themselves an enema when there was a blonde James Bond. Can you imagine what's going to happen when it's Idris Elba?
I can't wait.
You won't be able to pick up the Sun
wait.
newspaper because it will set on fire.
Yeah.
It'll be so angry, and it'll be worth it just for that. But also because Idris Elba was amazing. Sorry, Doctor Who. I'd have to say my favourite Doctor was David Tennant, but that's not actually the question.
Yes.
Oh yeah, favourite companions and Doctors. Who's my favourite companion? I love Donna.
Donna is actually really
Catherine
good.
Tate, which I really didn't expect.
Me neither.
Really
I was a
didn't
bit like, when we started, but actually she really grew on me.
Yeah.
And some of the stories with Donna are really amazing.
Yeah.
And she has the best grandpa.
Yeah. Well, Doctor Who does good grandpas.
Yeah.
In fairness, because Bradley Walsh, if we want to get super modern with it, I think Bradley Walsh is excellent. When I heard that he was going to be in it, my heart sank. I was upset about that, as quite sexist people were about Jodie Whittaker being Doctor Who. I was like, oh, Bradley Walsh, what? Get over it. Oh, no, I hate that guy. He's brilliant. I think he's great.
He's pretty good.
He's awesome.
He's pretty good.
So I think Doctor Who just does good, solid grandpa characters, and I
you.
appreciate that. So at the moment, I just really like Bradley Walsh, so I'm going to say Bradley Walsh.
Cool.
And related, what are your opinions on Dr. River Song?
Oh, I think she's great. I love that
that's
she's
because you
married to the Doctor.
haven't watched all of the Matt Smith series.
No, and I just again, I loved the episodes where she's kind of crossing paths with David Tennant.
Yeah. So the two episodes where she arrives in the two David Tennant episodes, are two of the best episodes of Doctor Who ever.
They're great.
The science and the library ones.
Oh, I love that.
And her whole role in that, where you realise that she must be his wife, from and they are so good.
Yeah.
And I kind of didn't like where they went with her.
I didn't see those bits.
Well, and like all of the Moffat stuff, it got so convoluted. I think she turns out to be. Amy Pond turns out to be her mum.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
No.
Weird. Spoiler. Sorry, spoiler.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
think so.
like Amy
Or maybe
Pond.
she's her own mum. I can't remember now. My brain has
something
shut
like
out
that.
a lot of that. Seriously.
I don't like Amy Pond.
I know you don't. That's why I didn't bring her up purposely.
Doesn't do it for me.
I know, you get a bit jealous, don't you?
Okay. I'm
jealous. I'm sorry, that was actually really shitty of me to say that. I'm sorry.
Of someone who literally just goes
yeah, do you know what? I really wanted to like Amy Pond, but you're right. She doesn't. Yeah.
She just does that a lot.
She does a bit. You're right. And in my head, I think I like her, but I never actually enjoy watching her. So your opinion on River Song is that you quite like her because you haven't really seen much of it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. And my opinion of Dr. River Song is that I like her. I really like the actress. She's great. But I would have liked her a lot more if she'd only ever been in those two episodes. And she was still this promised character. And I know they couldn't do that.
I don't want to know
exactly, but
her whole story.
In a long-running series, you're going to have to get to her eventually. And the problem they've got when they've introduced her is the actress ain't getting younger. The actress is getting older. So what do? You have to. It had to be the next season that they covered it.
Oh yeah.
But ideally, you just wouldn't. You'd wait 50 years and then do it. But you can't because the actress wouldn't be there. Well, she would, but she wouldn't look the same.
No.
Or maybe she would. Who knows what it's going to be like in the future?
Yeah.
Separately, you mentioned D&D. I've been playing since I was 7.
That's amazing.
Who DMs and what do you both play? Do you tend to play things you also main in WoW? We have talked about this quite a lot.
Yeah.
But actually, it's quite a good opportunity for us to talk about our new series as well that we're kind of like working on. We're kind of at very early like concept stages.
Yeah.
But let's go over our D&D stuff anyway.
So a good friend of ours who we used to live with actually, and we didn't know that he played D&D or did any of this nerdy stuff, is our DM now.
Yeah, it's awesome. I bought you a D&D rulebook for Christmas. You like put it on Facebook, and he just contacted us going, "Hey man, if you need a DM, count me in." And it's like we live just around the corner from each other again now, so it's really easy for him. We host it here. We got 2 other friends. We used to have 6 for our starter campaign, but 2 of them dropped out, unfortunately. So now we've got four players and a DM, which is actually really nice.
It's a good balance, I think. Yeah. I really like it. So in our kind of like
and they're guildies, those 2
Yeah.
people.
So it works. Although we do annoy our DM with talk about Warcraft all of the time because he doesn't play it.
He's such a lovely man. He's so excited about his campaign.
And it's amazing. So we did a starter campaign. I played a human ranger. You played a bard, a halfling bard. And it was great, and it was just Lost Mines of Phandalur.
It was one of the pre-written ones, yeah. I think most people start with that when they're putting a new group together.
And it was fun. Yeah. And it was great.
And it was Latham's first time of actually DMing as well, so it's a nice way for him to find his way in there as well.
But he had actually been writing this special campaign of his own for like months, maybe years. And so that's what we're doing now. We're doing like an entirely created universe. And it's amazing. It is so good.
It's great, and it's probably going to last years if we all stay able to do it. It's fantastic. We do it with guildies and him. He lives down the corner. The 2 guildies live quite far away. It's a bit of a trek for them.
Yeah.
So we're always really glad when they come down. We do it every other Tuesday. We aim for.
Yeah. So although we have 3 in a row coming up.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be so good. And our plan for our new series, as you may have seen on here, is to somehow tell the story of what's happening in our campaign. We don't want it to be like Critical Role style, watch us play the game.
No.
Because I don't think anyone can do that as well as Critical Role.
No. And plus I like it's a safe space for us to kind of like play the game together.
I don't want anyone performing. Do you know what I mean? And they do it because that's their thing. They're performers, they're really good at it. And I just don't enjoy it as much when I watch other people doing that. Yeah. Partly because the production values can't be as high. Yeah. And partly because like they're just not voice actors.
Yeah. But I've had, I'm not an actor. I'm not a voice actor either, or any of those things. But actually playing it, I've had such a good time getting into character and picking up different roles, and the
thing is, ours is very, at our request, ours is very character driven. Yeah. Rather than specific. There's still quite a lot of fighting, but like it's not fighting driven. So we had one of those great sessions last week where the entire thing was like us going around asking questions, trying to solve like a crime.
Trying to solve someone's
which was
death.
Great. I love that stuff.
It was
so much fun.
Cool. It was so
and the whole
great.
start of it was really exciting as well. We won't tell you about that because like hopefully we're going to tell the story. And at the moment we're thinking of telling it via animation. So you get like those kind of D&D like DM stories, and like it's a little animation, and you get people like just having like little vlogs and like confessionals and stuff that they animate now as well, and that's really cool. I like that. Ours would be a bit more fantasy style rather than cutesy style.
Probably.
So we're just kind of trying out some like concept art of the characters and the best style to present them in,
and so something that's manageable.
And I think the best idea would have it narrated by my character, who is still a halfling bard. Because I enjoyed the halfling bard so much in the starter campaign. I was like, well, everyone else is changing, but I'm keeping mine. This is awesome.
I've moved on to a high elf wizard.
And we've got, what else have we got? We've got a gnome monk, and we've got a tiefling rogue. Wow. Yeah. A racist
Who's a bit racist against humans. And as it turns out, our world is mostly human.
Yeah, so the fact that none of us are is actually a really nice dynamic. It's really cool. So, yeah, and I've got a feeling, because if we have Penryn, my bard, telling the story, it sounds like a Taliesin and Evertel video then as well. Yeah. Because it's like a narration, like essentially do it as Taliesin. yeah, I think that would be the best way of doing it. And maybe like 10-minute episodes, one for each 3-hour session. And I think that'd be great. It would condense everything down because we've already had some exciting stuff happen that would make good episodes.
Some crazy exciting stuff
a really good bit where like we were searching a house and waiting for like the baddies to come back, and the baddies started riding away, and I jumped off a roof, landed on the horse, gave chase, used my whisper and talk to animals to make the horse stop, threw him against a tree, he chopped off the legs of my horse. This sounds ridiculous, but it actually worked.
And like our other... Anyway, we won't spoil the story for you, but it was amazing.
Anyway, for anyone who isn't into D&D, this is so boring, but that's what we're thinking for a new format. And so it can be like once every 2 or 3 weeks, one episode, like 10 minutes. And we thought it'd just be fun to put out there along with WoW content. And it's not the kind of thing that's going to detract from WoW content either. So... yeah, just keep everything fresh and fun and what have you. And I don't think we'd start a new channel for it. We'd just put it on T&E. Yeah, why not? I think you we'll be keeping you up to date with this. So when we have like concept art and stuff, we'll probably be running it by you guys to get your opinions, because you're always full of very good opinions.
Yeah.
The
mighty Wooble.
Oh yeah, but actually, to answer that question, I kind of specifically didn't want to play a healer. In
of
this,
course
because like, except Will, who he was like the paladin last time.
He was a cleric.
Sorry. He specifically chose that because he heals in WoW, and he wanted to keep that going. But I think I played a ranger,
and I really loved it. Although we did have a lot of like corridor combat. I play a hunter in WoW. I loved it. I actually miss being able to be strong and pew things from far away.
Yeah,
because at the moment,
pretty OP actually.
I was really strong, and now I'm weak.
What is your constitution? Or your strength? What's the one that you rolled really bad?
My strength modifier is literally like -3, -4.
Fun times.
Wow.
So yeah, we've repeated a bit of stuff from our last Q&A there. Sorry, but I thought it'd be good to give you the update on our planned D&D series. I really hope that happens. The mighty Wooble says, "Hello guys. Firstly, wanted to say how much I love your channel. I wonder if they still love it 8 months on. Who even knows? It's quite possible they hate it.
Yeah.
And all the content you create. Thank you for sharing your time and gifts with the world. Thank you. My question may or may not have been asked. Didn't read through the comments. But if you were to live in WoW universe, where would you live? What race class would you be? And what would your professions be? I think we have answered this, but let's do it again anyway.
We have answered.
Because my opinions might have changed.
Same. And I remember my previous answer was I would like to be a Pandaren child. Yeah. I'm
glad that's changed.
I still kind of would like to be a Pandaren child, but I would also really like to be a Nightborn, like a Vinter, like a wine person.
Ooh.
And I'd live in Suramar, man.
You know you can be a vintner in real life.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not good at it.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I've never tried it. But
you have tiny feet. You'd be terrible at stomping the grapes.
I would make...
They'd be like footballs for you.
Like
you'd be like, oh no, you'd slip on them. You'd be like, that's so big.
It's like trying to stab like
honestly,
an olive or something.
She has like the tiniest feet you've ever seen in your life.
I have really small feet. It's weird.
It's embarrassing. And hands as well. You've got tiny hands.
Yeah, from my
height. Hand comparison.
I need a different hand. Give me your other hand. No, like this. There we go.
I mean, I have quite big hands.
My hand.
But that's crazy.
It's weird.
I mean, you're tiny. You're tiny, but you've got really big boobs.
Really tall.
I understand.
Yeah.
You've got a long back and big boobs, but you've got tiny feet. I'm literally amazed you stand up straight. It's incredible.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Whoever designed
defy physics.
It's just like a poorly drawn child. Like, boobs,
like literally every weekly reset we do, your boobs are so big that people think you're pregnant all the time.
I know. I love that.
Because you've got you don't have a waist. Your waist is non-existent, but you've got these boobs. Everyone's like, she's preggers. Everyone, when's the lucky day?
No, so yeah, I would love to be a Nightborn. I mean, that's basically my D&D character right now. She is a high elf, and she's pretty like fancy. So I might not be a vintner, but I could be a woman of leisure in Suramar, and I would travel often.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What would you do?
I would live in Tiragard Sound.
Nice.
Because it's the best place ever made in game.
It's pretty
And
cool.
Borealis is the best city ever made in game. And that place is just so beautiful and just speaks to me on so many levels. And I just love it. And that's why, for me, BFA could never be the worst expansion. even if it was much worse than it is,
Yeah.
it could never be bad for me because I get so much out of that zone.
There are too many things that I love and too many like amazing memories that I have from just leveling and questing through zones.
I think I would be... If I could be in Rosalind's gang,
Ooh.
I would be a survival hunter.
That would
so
be
I could
cool.
have like a staff, a pike.
That'd be cool.
Otherwise, I'd be quite happy. If she wouldn't let me in her gang, I'd be quite happy being one of the ferrymen.
Aww.
I'd be a ferryman in Tiragard.
Aw.
I know that's not a race-class combination, but...
I would be a mage, of course.
I'd be one of the skinny humans too.
Ooh. Or maybe I would be...
Obviously, I'd be a Tuskar. I mean, that goes without saying.
Well,
but I'm trying to add a bit of variety to these answers.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd also like to be like a Valkyr.
oh, that'd be awesome.
You know?
It'd be scary though.
Yeah.
You'd need bigger feet than that.
I would need really big feet.
If you were a Valkyr with your feet, that would be laughable.
Yeah.
People wouldn't take you seriously.
I know.
I am Scovold. Look at the feet. I'd be a Tuskar visiting Tiragard Sound.
Oh.
I'd be a Tuskar that was adopted from an early age by Kultirans. So to all intents, I am a Kultiran, but I'm a Tuskar Kultiran.
Are you the one who hangs out in the port in Borealis and is like, I'm here to sell yarn or Scargle?
I'm not very good at retail.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty bad at retail jobs. I don't
Okay.
think I'd do that. I'd be something else. I'd be some kind of craftsman. I'd craft like spears and beast fishing equipment.
Nice.
Like that's what I'd do. And I'd hang out like near the sea or the water, but I wouldn't go on it that much. But when I did, I'd love it. Obviously, going to Tuskar.
I think I'd also maybe be one of the baby moose by the Hunter Order Hall. Because I'd feel very safe.
Excellent. What would your professions be? Oh, I've already said that.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be. So what would that actually be? That's not an in-game profession, is it?
No, I mean, I'd definitely be
Just
an
fisherman.
alchemist.
Be a fisherman. I'd like max out my. I'd be
fishing.
server first.
Nice.
Every expansion.
Okay, I'm into
Fishing,
that.
yeah.
I'm into that.
It's a bit of a cop-out answer, I know. Sorry. James, is that Cote or Cote or who knows?
James.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Hey
James.
guys, I ended up making it only to 25-36 challenge mode appearances. Dang. But good. Might get back to the rest of them when I have time though.
Oh, unlucky. I can't remember how many I think I got like 28, 29, maybe
Wow.
30.
Wow.
I'm not sure, but that's still pretty good.
One of my favorite videos from you guys was the Warcraft movie review.
Hey.
Great bants. And it's
He
a
won't
video
he won't mind me eating.
No.
Yes.
that plays to your strengths of chemistry and back and forth riffing. Will you Will you guys do reviews of other movies? Not necessarily to be a movie review channel. Rather, if there's a particular movie that you guys would like to geek out about, would be a lot of fun. By the time you get to this question, maybe Avengers Infinity War will be out already.
Almost number 2.
Oh, yeah.
James, so sorry it's taken us so long to get this question. I hope you haven't been waiting with bated breath. We could do them for the patrons.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them on the channel.
I don't know if...
Maybe when we run out of questions on the Q&A,
Maybe.
we'll start replacing these with
Talking
movie
about
reviews.
movies or shows that we like we could talk about The Expanse. We're watching The Expanse right now. I have lots of opinions about it.
We could like maybe live stream us watching it. No, that'd be terrible. No one
Could
wants to
we?
watch that.
No, actually, no one wants to watch that. I was going to say, I was like, is this my new business, like, big business? Like, have I just hit the
Business.
gold? Like,
Have we hit the gold at last? Is this it? Is this what we've been waiting
streaming
for?
service where you watch people watching other things.
Is this the thing that's going to make us be okay?
Oh, no, never mind. My brain is not working today.
But no, we could. Yeah, I think that's a patron thing if we do it.
Yeah, I think we could do that.
The other patron thing we've been thinking about, which we mentioned in the post today, is maybe just doing audible versions of all our videos that you can download as a podcast.
Oh.
Because a friend of mine was asking me if we could do that because he likes to listen to them as podcasts.
Nice.
And I at first I was like, oh, get over it, just watch the videos.
Yeah.
But then I thought, actually, when I first got into watching YouTube and I used to
Yeah.
watch like preach videos and he did story time and stuff, I was like, I'd love it if these were available as
Yeah.
podcasts.
Also, it's a massive pain when I'm trying to watch a YouTube video at work and I can't close the video without the video stopping.
I can't
because
like put it in
YouTube
my
Premium.
pocket as I'm walking around with a headphone.
I can't do anything. I can't hide the fact that I'm actually listening to YouTube videos. So that would
but
make
again,
that
if we
much
did
easier.
that, which I think we will, That'll be a patron thing, and that'll be like a standard patron reward.
I think that's a cool thing to
so
do.
all our patrons will have access to.
Nice.
Well, all our patrons have access to everything we do anyway.
Yeah.
But they'll all have
Podcast versions.
Yeah, and that way, not everyone does it, and we still get some money from our videos.
Yeah.
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 No, but like that's the other thing as well. Is like it's much harder to make money from that than it is from videos.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we've got you guys, so that's good, and like we can give that to you, which is brilliant. But yeah, it's just a lot of effort otherwise for not much gain, really.
Yes.
So yeah, but definitely for the patrons, I think. Sorry, yeah, but yeah, we could do that. We could do
talk
movie
about
reviews and stuff as
movies.
well. Maybe we could do a little podcast.
A movie podcast, that could be fun.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Give us your suggestions, your thoughts on that idea in the comments of this video, guys. Say if it's rubbish if you want. If you think it's a terrible idea, I'm sure a lot of people do. We're getting to an hour, aren't we? Let's do these. Look, 2 quite short ones.
Yeah.
So Dylan says, "Hi, folks. Who from the newest campaign of..." This probably isn't how Dylan talks, but I'm enjoying it. Who from the newest campaign of Critical Role is your favourite? Lots of D&D themed stuff today, isn't there? When do you set up your PO box? May we send unused nice PC parts? Oh, I'd live for a T&E stream. Well, hopefully you saw our stream today.
We did it.
We did a stream. We've got a much nicer computer now, so we don't need PC parts. All is well, thank you.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got a whole pile of PC parts which I'm waiting to put in the PC right now.
So many PC
because
parts.
I need to replace the pump, and I've taken the opportunity to replace a few things. So, but thank you. That's awesome. We've already covered getting in contact with us.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a PO box. Because that shit is expensive.
They're really expensive.
And like, I wouldn't, if we were, it's 30 quid, but if we were spending money on a PO box, I'd feel the temptation to like encourage people to send stuff all the time.
I know, and I don't want to.
Because can you imagine if you got a PO box and no one sent anything?
I know.
It'd be
know.
so
What
lonely.
is this for?
You'd be so lonely.
Yeah. So, who from the newest campaign of Critical Role is your favorite? I'm quite a few episodes behind.
I'm so far behind.
You're so behind. But I have a really big soft spot for Caleb.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you one guess who my favourite is.
Laura Bailey.
Yes.
But
But not just because she's Laura Bailey.
No.
Although that would probably be enough.
No. I like Jester. She's a sweet
Jester
character.
is a really great character, and I think she plays it to perfection because it could so easily be annoying. Mm-hmm. Like, I wanted to be annoyed by Jester.
Same. I was like, oh, she's just doing a like silly Russian accent.
But she does it, but she plays it right.
Yeah.
She plays it just right.
Yeah.
And I really, really like it. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I like it.
Yeah. And of course, I think the ultimate Critical Role character is Matt Mercer.
What was he like when you met him at the Comic-Con a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, he was so nice. We met him so briefly. I got a picture with him. You probably saw the picture. Actually, our guildy and D&D mate, Alina, was there as well. And we walked in for a photo where you have literally 5 seconds to walk in, smile, and then leave. And we walked in, and Matt just went, "You guys look great." And
He
I'm
thought
like,
you were in a cosplay. That's why you were wearing
I was
dungarees.
wearing like red overalls.
He thought you were in a
probably
Mario
thought I was
cosplay.
Mario, and I wasn't. And Alina was just looking really cute. And then, so I was just like, "Are you? What? Are you just saying that because you say that to everyone? But also, did you think I was in cosplay? But also, thanks.
Yeah. Also, thank you for saying words.
Also, thank you.
You know, if we pulled in some favours, we probably could have met Matt Mercer at BlizzCon.
I know. I was so hoping we were gonna meet him because I knew he was there, but he was doing a ton of stuff.
Yeah, he was like hosting
And
so many different
he's
things. wasn't
he's everywhere, and now he is
And we met some incredible people as well.
We
at
got
BlizzCon,
so
no complaints.
lucky, but Matt Mercer is really nice. And then when I was like, you guys are great, he was like, thank you. And I'm like, you were real. He's so real. I genuinely, he is. Have you seen his like BlizzCon cosplay from
Yes.
2006
Oh, what
or
was it?
something?
I can't
He did
remember what it was.
Arthas.
Oh, Arthas, yeah.
I think it was Arthas.
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah. He's like a
yeah.
hardcore player and a fan.
He loves it.
And I admire that.
And voice.
And yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's awesome. And
Yeah.
like it was really interesting talking to people that had worked with them in Blizz as well. Who we did meet and who we do hang out with, which is great. Also, yeah. So Dylan, we streamed today. Maybe
We
you
did.
saw it. But we'll certainly be doing that again over the next week or so, as I'm leveling tanks at the moment.
Fun.
For the 8.1 ranked video.
Stream that shiz.
Yeah, because we didn't do a tanks video for the start of Legion,
No.
so we're definitely doing one for 8.1.
Yeah.
And I thought I might as well stream it. Might as well. And we had fun, so maybe I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Not a very efficient way of leveling.
Okay, is this our last question?
Yeah, go on. Robert Ebby. What's your favourite tea, and how do you prepare? What a nice one to finish on.
This is a really nice question.
Ah.
So, I know yours.
Yeah, go on. What's mine?
Taliesin's favourite tea is Earl Grey.
It's actually the only tea I drink.
Yeah, it's pretty... Oh, you drink normal tea.
I do if it's going, but if I'm making it myself, I'll never make myself a normal tea.
Okay.
I'll always make myself an Earl Grey. I was going to say Tally Grey. I'll always make myself a Tally Grey.
Wow. Which is really nice because I always grew up drinking Earl Grey because my dad would always make it at home, but kind of in like an American Polish style where he would just make a pot of it with like a couple of tea bags and then with a slice of lemon and a ton of sugar.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, it's amazing.
Not sugar in Earl Grey.
It's so good. But now I drink it the British way. Slightly different from Taliesin.
A splash of milk.
I have a bit more milk and I do have a tiny bit of sugar in there.
So one of the first times I went to visit you in America, and I was like, I think I was coming back by myself. One time we weren't able to travel together for whatever reason. I must have been coming to see you, and because you'd been there for a week or so already. And I had a really long journey, and I was hating life, and I was like, oh, I just feel terrible.
It's like, God,
and
I have to see Avatar again.
There was a tea shop in the airport, like there's a cafe that was like billed itself as a tea
like
shop.
the Chicago airport or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, oh, wow, tea. I love tea. This is exactly what I want. And I ordered an Earl Grey, and it tasted like a fizzy refreshers bar. It was so sugary
Americans
and sweet.
won't know what
I
that
literally
is.
didn't recognise it as, what's the equivalent?
I actually don't know what a refreshers bar is.
It's like a chew bar, but with like a little line of sherbet inside it. So it fizzes.
That's weird. I don't think there's an equivalent.
Oh, gosh.
It's just candy.
I'm so sorry. But it tasted like candy. Like it was, but not chocolate candy, other candy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't recognisable as Earl Grey or tea.
Wow.
And I hated it.
Wow, I'm sorry.
And I almost turned, I was almost like, screw this. I almost got back on the plane, went back to England. I was nowhere near doing that.
No.
I was so close. So I think it was maybe the first time I met your family, actually.
I think so.
Yeah. Full of horrible Earl Grey.
Yeah.
So yes, that's our favourite teas.
Yeah.
Hooray. But you drink loads of different types of tea as well, though.
I do. I like green tea with lemon, and I like ginger in tea and things. And I'll go for like a festive tea now and then.
You've got a poo tea as well.
I do
when you
have.
wanna
We
poo.
call it a poo tea. I drink like an herbal tea now and then. Just gets
everything flowing,
just
doesn't
everything
it?
Gets everything going.
Gets
I
everything bubbling
also
away.
like straight up builder's tea, as they call it here, which is just
Everyone's
tea,
got time for a builder's tea.
which is just tea, but it's really strong and it's probably pretty sugary too.
No, it's definitely really sugary.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's the definition of a builder's tea.
It's-
very milky, very sugary.
It's really good.
And you have to have your bum crack showing when you...
Yeah.
And preferably catcall some woman.
Yeah.
I'm being
I
mean
don't
about
go that
builders
far.
now.
You are being
Builders
really
are awesome.
mean. They drink sweet sugary tea.
Because they need the energy for building walls.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff like that.
Exactly.
So on that bombshell, John, your question will be our first question. Look, we're into 6 months right now.
Hey.
We're going to be trying to do, I know we always say this, but we're genuinely going to be trying to do more of these because you guys deserve a bit better.
Yeah, we are. And now that I'm doing more work on the channel and stuff, I can
Yeah.
put my foot down and be like, Taliesin, it's time. We did a Q&A. Let's not keep the people waiting.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get a bottle of wine for the next one as well because I missed that this time.
Yes.
But I didn't want to eat and drink. I'm not a Warcraft character. I
too
can't eat and
much.
drink at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know you can eat and drink at the same time?
I did.
I can't.
I do not know.
Unless it's like a faux. Then I can.
That's true. It's a soup, right?
Yeah.
Is he-
Oh, this is good because I might have to go back and check the answers to this one anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, John.
There you go.
We'll be back. We'll
Yeah.
be back. But that's another nice long episode, wasn't it? Hope you enjoyed part 8 of the Never-Ending Q&A. Leave your questions to keep it never-ending, basically.
Yes.
And we're good to go. So sorry we missed out on the weekly reset this week. It just got too much.
Yeah, it's
And
busy.
it was my fault. I wrote a bad script, basically. We got there, and I looked at it, and I was like, do you know what? Most of this script is just like about some Kotaku article that I don't give a shit about.
Yeah.
It's like, and I couldn't bear it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't bear it, and I was like,
you need news to report on, and it can't just be like gossip and speculation.
the news was gossip and speculation, and people's reaction to gossip and speculation.
Yeah, and then it's just,
And
you're
like,
just, yeah.
it made me feel icky. So we couldn't. I'm
fine.
really sorry. We'll make it up to you
That's all
guys, absolutely. But let's go and watch an episode of The Expanse.
Let's do it. Maybe we'll watch 2 episodes because that's what we've been doing
It's
lately.
the last 2.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I really wish we had wine now.
I know.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your continued patronage and support, because we wouldn't be able to make any of the videos we make without that help and support. Wouldn't be a new pump sitting there waiting to go in the PC, that's for sure.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I just had a thought. Maybe we should try streaming, but we should do drawing streams.
Maybe you should.
Maybe we should both do them.
No one wants to watch me draw, but they'll watch you draw.
That's not true.
No one wants to. I'm a
That's not
terrible
true.
drawer.
That's not true.
And I don't enjoy it as much as you. I get bored. I get so bored.
Really?
I get so bored drawing. I think I like drawing, and I do.
Okay.
But I get so bored.
Really?
Yeah, and if it doesn't look exactly like I want it to look, which it never does,
Well,
it
that's
pisses
always
me
hard.
off
That's
so
always
much.
really
I'm always like,
frustrating.
why? Why do your fingers look like that? No one's fingers look like that. I could see what I wanted them to look like.
Yeah.
Why didn't they look like? I'm terrible
have
at
to
drawing fingers.
practice.
I'm bad at drawing fingers. I'm bad at drawing feet.
I think that's a problem shared by most people who draw.
I'm bad at drawing arms and faces and pretty much everything else as well. And clothes. I'm terrible at drawing clothes and also naked people. I'm just not good at drawing. You, however, though, are a very good drawer.
I'm okay at drawing.
I would watch a stream of you drawing quite happily if I was doing something else as well.
Yeah.
But that's what streams are for, aren't they? I'd do that.
Okay.
I like your face when you're drawing as well. You concentrate so hard. You're like
I'm
me.
very
I've got a
concentrated.
concentrating face, and so have you. We've got very similar concentration.
I actually stick my tongue out when I draw sometimes.
That's why I like it.
Like, something I always did when I was a child.
Wow.
Still do it
Do
now.
you stick it out the front?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I can't say I've ever noticed that. I'm always too busy watching the actual drawing. I guess. Well, I can train myself to stick my tongue out at the side of my mouth when I draw.
Or we can do live D&D model painting.
I think that would be boring. I think we're not good enough at painting for that, whereas you are good enough at drawing
Okay, fine.
for it to be interesting. But anyway,
Just
maybe we'll do
put an
none of these
idea
things.
out
Maybe we'll
there.
do all of them. Who knows? But either way, we'll be seeing a lot more of you on this Patreon channel, and we're obviously back on videos and stuff now since BlizzCon as well. Back in the flow. So thank you for joining us today. Hopefully all of the people we answered questions for are still patrons and got to see that, and we'll be answering more very soon. But for me, Taliesin,
And me, Evitel.
until next time, cheerio.